Welcome to Coding Coders who've coded before and are coding again. My name is Drew Bragg, and I'm the host of this podcast coming to you live from Railsworld in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Today is September something, 2024. And today my guest is myself, Drew Bragg. Drew, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. All right, but for real, though, I am Drew Bragg, and this is Code and the Coding Coders Who Code It, and my guest today is the one and only, the hilarious Jason Charns. Jason, thanks for coming on the show, live from Railsworld 2024, as you stated, in Toronto, Canada. We're pretty early on in the conference so far. All we've really been able to see is a very passionate, as always, DHH keynote, where he introduced a whole bunch of cool stuff coming out in Rails 8. You gave a standing ovation at one point because you're so excited about something. What was that?
Andrew Mason was sitting next to me and told me he loved me.
Well, I do believe that would give you that would make you have a standing ovation, but it was, if I remember correctly, it was because Rails 8 is going to ship with authentication built in.
Authentication, like every other web framework made since 2010.
So you've been kind of pining for authentication for a while now. I remember when you had DHH on Remote Ruby, you guys straight up asked him about it, and I think his answer there was kind of a pretty solid no, but I guess he reverted his decision.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I can tell he's hated me ever since. But yeah, I mean, that's the way things progress, though, right? I guess that's kind of what makes Rails special in a way. Is he said it today, like it's not a vaporware framework. Yeah, so I mean, look, like Devise has been around a long time. There's like 15 other gems for it. I think around 2015, 2016, I just realized they weren't for me. Like I was so tired of like extending controllers and basically like dumping their views then into my app to customize them, because you know, once you kind of eject from that where everything's hidden, it makes upgrading a lot more difficult.
Yep.
When those gems and stuff change. A problem I think that Jose Valim, who was the Devise, I believe, author and maintainer for a long time, now the creator of the Elixir language, did with Phoenix. It's a generator-based thing. It generates a bunch of authentication files, and I think that's the right move, and that's what Rails is going to do.
Yep. And have a generator get all of your authentication taken care of, written by the man himself, DHH.
Handcrafted
by
artisan, small batch.
By the one and only, the bringer and giver of gifts, DHH.
Santa Heinemeier Hansen. Man came down my chimney, let me log in.
And then, so another cool part of the keynote was we had another 15-minute demonstration, but instead of 15 minutes, it was 5 minutes. And instead of building an application and illustrating how quickly you can build with Rails, it was how quickly you can deploy with Rails 8. We've got Kamal 2 coming out. We've got Thruster, Propshaft, bunch of stuff that's going to make
Harris.
It's going to make deployment a lot easier. You use Kamal right now in Jobboardly, correct?
Correct.
And so what pain points are you hoping to get solved with Kamal 2 and Kamal Proxy and the stuff coming out?
The biggest thing I'm looking forward to in Rails 8 is that like the Docker file for a Rails app ships with it. But more than that, I am excited to not have to run a load balancer just for handling SSL connections. You can not have to do that if you set up traffic within Kamal 1, but the whole point of using Kamal is to not screw with that kind of stuff. And so it exposes some things that are like traffic specific you have to configure, and it's just not my vibe. So I'm excited to run multiple apps on one server.
Yeah.
I am when we were recording this 20 minutes ago, or when we thought we were recording this, I was just
There were
saying,
slight technical issues. It's fine. You know, we're not very technical people, so.
back. I mean, yeah, I just put forms on the internet. Back to my statement 20 minutes ago. The thing that scares me about Heroku, AWS, all the managed platforms is not spinning up servers and like paying for them. It's just that like, okay, I'm paying $25 a month today. What happens when this isn't enough?
Yeah.
Oh, the next thing's like $150, or especially with AWS, it's very like usage based. So there's something about I could provision a server, run a bunch of apps on it, and like I need to spend a little more money. Like I can, double the CPU for $6 more a month. I feel like it scales better with me.
Yeah,
so.
you're not jumping triple and quadruple digit
Per app.
dollar. Yeah, per app. So you got a little more fine grained control, slightly more work on your part, but from the looks of it, Kamal abstracts a lot of that stuff away.
Yeah.
So we're getting a good amount of compression on those concepts.
Yeah. I don't know where the 6 number came from. He said that Rails 8's like a magnitude of 6.
Yeah, on the conceptual compression. Things. But we are on day 1. We're pretty early on. What are you looking forward to over the day? And so for those who are not watching us live, because there's no live stream, we're in a very clear box recording this, which is awesome, but we're also very much in the thick of things, so we're seeing all hilarity ensue around us. Back to the actual question, what are you most excited for at this conference?
To use my duck call.
This is all Jamie Lawrence's fault. I would like the record to state that he was the one that convinced Jason to get a duck call, and it has been the bane of everyone's existence since then. Are you planning on just hallway tracking it, or actually hitting up a talk or two?
I left my Adderall back at the Airbnb.
So hallway track it is.
I was amazed to learn that I sat through the entire DHH keynote. No, this conference is really good about having like really just quality talks.
Yeah.
But it's tough. I mean, they're recorded too.
Yeah.
I've said that at every conference, and I don't necessarily go back and watch them. But in theory, it's good. Like I really want to learn. Like I really wanted to go to Rosa talk, see her talk about solid queue.
Yeah. All the internals and everything.
Yeah, just because like I am using that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to start using Kamal too. Like tonight, I want to do all these things, and so it makes it a little. It makes it difficult because also I just want to hang out, and see all these people that I get to see once or twice a year.
I mean, there's over 1,000 people here, and it's only 2 days. There's a lot of people to see and talk to, and a lot of great talks to go to. So it's always tough making those decisions.
All of my Laravel idols are here.
Yeah.
Taylor Otwell, Adam Webb.
I saw Taylor Otwell.
Caleb Porzia.
Adam from Tailwind is here. Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
I think Caleb.
Mats is here.
Showing me this Midwest emo band I really like.
Midwest emo.
I said, I'm sure everybody's going to come up to you and thank you for Alpine.
Yeah.
But I thank you for showing me this band because it's great.
Well, it is just about lunchtime. We got a full day of fun. We'll definitely record again while we're here. And Jason's ADHD is kicking in, and the duck call's coming out. So we're going to wrap this shit up.
Have you seen the video that Mario recorded yesterday of me doing jazz with the duck call?
Yes. Oh, boy. This has been a live episode of Code and the Code and Coders Who Code It, coming at you
Drew,
live.
What was your favorite part of the keynote?
You standing up when DHH. I looked straight over. As soon as I saw authentication come up on the screen, I looked right over at you, and you stood up clapping. I was like, "Yeah, that's what's up."
That man told me to sit down
with his eyes.
Yeah.
With his eyes.
Yeah.
But yes, we all saw that.
Yeah, I told you. I know how to read a room. Also, we didn't talk about my man coming after plus-size Americans.
There may have been a comment made about the Danish economy getting a huge boost from overweight Americans. That might have happened.
Yeah,
You'll have to wait for the video recording to come.
I couldn't tell if he genuinely loved me or or if my man just loves my money.
I believe the answer to that question is yes.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to Coding Coders Code on the Code Code. My name is Andy Kroll, and this has been a delightful episode.